Oh, yeah.
Bless and love, my lords. Welcome to another Red Lion interview. I'm joined this week by Landau and Crypto Breaky presenting their project with Jackpot XYZ. Hello, gentlemen. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Doing well. How are you?
Great, great. Very nice to chat with you. I'm sorry last week we had to cancel our spaces. There is an Android bug, and I was launching it from an Android phone. So yeah,
All good. All good.
Not a problem. Glad we could do it.
fantastic. So welcome, guys. Very happy to chat with you. Why don't we start? Give us a little bit of TLDR about yourselves, who you are, and how you came into the space, and then let's chat Jackpot.
Sounds good. Jack, do you want to start off? I can jump in.
I'm happy to start. So I'm Jack. I'm originally from New York. I attended Duke University. I just graduated about a year ago now. And basically, there's where I really developed my entrepreneurial spirit. It was mainly because of Andrew and the work that he's done in the past. But I really kind of at school realized how much like entrepreneurship and being creative and really starting things from the ground up kind of defined my life, and it really just aligned with like who I was. And so basically I worked on a bunch of different ventures outside of Web3, and then ultimately came across NFTs, blockchain, and just became enamored by it. I fell in love with so many different aspects of it, whether it be the technology and its potential to kind of impact the future, whether it be NFTs and all the hype and all the cool stuff going on there. But basically, Andrew and I together just dove headfirst into all things Web3. We really started from kind of a technical perspective. We created like a massive spreadsheet of any articles, any information we could find on blockchain, and really just started like diving in the weeds there. And ever since, we really haven't looked back. It was probably about 2 years ago now. And so we started really in the DAO, like with the DAO perspective. Um, we actually at first it was really just like blockchain, just really technical. We participated in the Duke Blockchain Hackathon. And actually won, and ever since then we kind of really haven't looked back. And so, a little bit after that, we started a venture DAO at Duke, which was really just made up of builders, whether that they be Web3 native. Most of them were actually Web2 native, transitioning into Web3. It was really a group of like super determined, hardworking kids who really had never experienced Web3, hadn't worked in Web3, and the goal was to kind of ease the transition from Web2 to Web3. And then our experience with that really brought us to where we are today, working on Jackpot. And before I get into that, Andrew, jump in if you want to tell a little bit about yourself, and then I'm sure we'll pick up where I left off.
For sure. So as Jack mentioned, we both graduated from Duke. We were actually roommates at Duke when we were starting that venture DAO. That was probably a little over a year ago. So since then, we've really been trying to just talk to as many people in the space as possible. And similar to how we approached just like learning blockchain material at first, we made a massive spreadsheet of just anyone in the space who we thought we could potentially glean insights from. And then we just hit them up over Twitter DMs, Discord, and basically just try to get them on a phone call. And that's how we originally came across you guys, actually. So we've been doing that for about 5 months
Yeah,
now.
we did a phone call like I don't know a few months
Yeah.
ago. Oh
Yep.
shit! Yeah, now I remember. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Exactly. So we basically did that with over 100 people. We made like this scratch pad of questions, and they were all geared towards trying to get unbiased responses because we had this idea in our head of, a lot of projects across the space, whether it's DAOs or NFT projects, are facing participation or engagement issues. And whether or not they're facing them right now, they're likely to face them in the future. And we were experiencing that problem ourselves with the DAO that we had started. And so we started to look more critically at that problem across the whole space. And that was really why we started just reaching out to people and trying to get them on the phone. And at that point, we didn't really have an idea of what the product we wanted to build was, but we knew that the way to kind of identify the solution to the problem was to talk to people. So we made these questions about, what's the most valuable thing a community member could do for your project? What's the biggest problem you're facing day to day? Things like that. And so we talked to probably over 100 people at this point, and that's been really the driving force behind Jackpot. That's what's kind of informed our whole building process. So today, we're almost done building Jackpot. We haven't announced this yet, but we're probably going to launch our alpha around May 10th. And so happy to dive into that more, but that's kind of the gist of Jack and I.
Wow, man, thank you so much. I completely forgot that call we had. It was, now I remember. It was a great chat. That was months ago, man. And
Yep.
when Landau contacted me to do the spaces, I was like, man, is this from what DAO is it from? Like, I couldn't place you guys. I'm so sorry.
All
But
good.
now I remember. I remember exactly. I really loved your approach. I thought you guys were extremely friendly, hardworking. I didn't know that you were at university at the time, so I really love that. So I'm guessing you guys are relatively young, right? Probably
Yeah.
like late 20s.
Yeah, I'm 23. Jack's also 23.
Wow, wow. Wow, that's super young, man. Like I definitely love that, and it is very beautiful that you guys identified a problem. Like, okay, you went with your first venture, your first foray into the space, and then you identified a problem and you wanted to tackle that problem. I really love that approach, and this is what real entrepreneurship is like, and this is what is missing a lot from the space, in my
I appreciate
opinion.
that. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the projects out right now, like NFT projects, have kind of put out a collection of art and have now they're trying to back into a revenue stream to help support the project, especially with royalties going down. And so we're trying to start it in the opposite way. We're not planning on having a collection yet. And so we're starting entirely with this SaaS product, which is B2B. We sell a subscription plan to projects. It helps promote their engagement and participation. And then ultimately in the future, we might end up having a collection or built around it. But we're starting with the revenue.
Hey, NFT Cutie, I see you requested. Thank you so much for joining the space. We will get into, let's say, conversation mode a little bit later. So keep your request up, and I will bring you up in the space shortly. So yeah, guys, I appreciate your project. Why don't you go ahead and present it to us, like to someone that has like no context, like
For sure.
know nothing about it. So let's
Yeah.
go.
So I guess in the context of like all those conversations that we were having, a lot of what we were focusing on was different things that can help motivate participation and engagement of either people who are already in Discord or people outside of Discord, or even just like your average Discord lurker who's not really participating but is there in the Discord. And what we found was that there's really two main categories of incentives that drive participation. One is obviously money. At the end of the day, we're all here to make money. So money is obviously a very big category of incentivization. The other that we found, and this one's pretty interesting, is like reputational incentives. We find that a lot of people are participating in communities because they're getting recognized by others as being valuable contributors. So whether that's like let's say someone creates like a really awesome thread and then the founder of the project shouts them out in Discord or on Twitter, that like emotional boost is really motivating to people. And so we wanted to find a way to kind of harness that in conjunction with the monetary incentives. So I guess from our name, you can tell that we pretty much doubled down on this monetary incentive. But the reputational one is also something that we've built into our solution. So at our core, we're an engage to earn software. We help motivate people to engage and participate, whether that's in Discord, on Twitter, creating content, jumping on spaces, hosting their own spaces, and things like that. Our reward structure is pretty unique, and that's really how we've differentiated from other solutions out there. We basically work with a biweekly raffle. It's an on-chain raffle that uses Chainlink VRF to determine a small handful of winners that earn a percentage of our revenue. So like I said earlier, we offer a subscription plan to projects who want to use our integration in Discord. And that revenue is what funds our jackpot, the biweekly raffle. And then in addition to the raffle, we have this leaderboard, which is accessible in Discord as well as on our website. And that leaderboard is not only for like individual communities to see who are the most active contributors in your community, but also across the whole space. So you can see an aggregated global leaderboard of all of the people in the communities that are using Jackpot, how they stack up in terms of their contributions. So basically, I can dive in a little
really
bit.
good. That's really good. You presented and articulated the whole idea very well. I wish I could do that for our project. And you're only 23. Amazing. Let me put a pause there. From my understanding, you guys are not giving control of the protocol to the users. So the profits, the revenue, you are just sharing a portion of it. Can you elaborate more on that as to why and how?
Sure. So we're releasing Jackpot in really three main stages. The first one is alpha, which is going to start, like I said earlier, on around May 10th. And during alpha, we're going to be essentially eating our own dog food. So the Jackpot community is going to be the only community using Jackpot. So during that time, the Jackpot bot will only be in our Discord. So it'll be the only place that you can earn tickets for the raffle. And since we're not charging other projects for Jackpot during that time, all of the Jackpot is funded out of pocket from us. So it's not a revenue share during alpha. That's all going to be out of pocket, and we're going to be giving away over $5,000 of rewards during that time.
So you are basically rewarding the early users that give you feedback on that stage.
Exactly. And I'll dive in later a little bit about the specifics of how Jackpot works, like how you actually earn tickets. But the second stage of our release is going to be beta. And during that time, we're going to be releasing Jackpot to 5 to 10 communities who will be using our tool in their own Discords. So Jackpot during beta will be used to incentivize their own community members to engage with their communities. So that's going to be the second stage of our release. And during that time, we'll make some subscription revenue, which will be entirely 100% of that put into the Jackpot. And then on top of that, we're actually going to add in out of pocket an additional few $1,000s, just to make sure that during these early stages, the Jackpot is still fun and still enough money to motivate people.
Okay, fantastic. So Red Lion family can join as early testers and make a quick buck.
Yep. So I should specify. So the reason why our name is called Jackpot is because we differentiate from a lot of these other solutions in that some of these other solutions do payouts of like a fraction of a soul, and they'll give payouts to every single person who contributes. We don't do that. We reward a few people, but we reward them a lot. So we actually, for like an example, would be one of our jackpots could have one grand prize winner who wins 1,000 USDC, and then 6 other people would win 250 USDC. And that would be it for that raffle. So if you get lucky and you've earned a lot of tickets, you can increase your odds of winning, but there's no guarantee that you'll actually win. But if you do win, you're going to win a lot.
Okay, I understand. That's really cool. So you're going for the network effect more for the winners. Do you have any plans of like opening up the governance or the revenue to Web3? community or a DAO, or what is the larger picture regarding that?
Yeah, so there's no current thing on our roadmap in terms of sharing revenue with projects, although that's definitely something that we're thinking of because it's a big problem in the space, obviously. So that's something that we're going to be thinking of, but there's nothing currently on the roadmap there. We do have some ideas since we're essentially this growth tool for Web3 communities. We have some ideas for how to improve our functionality to, accomplish that goal better. And a couple of those, so these have all been identified through our conversations with founders and mods and community managers. One of them is so right now the Jackpot raffle is a global raffle. So let's say that there's 10 communities that are using Jackpot. When each of the community members earns tickets, those all go towards the global raffle. So it could be anyone from any of those communities that ends up winning the Jackpot. But we've heard from some people that they'd like the ability to have community specific raffles as well.
Of course.
Yep. So that's something that we're working on building is the ability for a community like a founder to upload their own assets or send their own assets to a smart contract and have those assets only raffled off to their own community members.
My two comments are that first of all, it will need to prove that something like this works. As you said, as a Web3 growth tool, it needs to prove itself as a functionality and also as metrics. And the second, my second comment would be about the sustainability of paying to engage, because it's a new notion. I'm not against it at all. I think it's wonderful. But from all our attempts to do giveaways or competitions with nice prizes and everything, it's always kind of backfires. We are buying that shit off secondary because these guys will dump it for like 0.36 USD.
Yep. That's always been a concern with people we've talked to. And that's part of the reason why we fund the Jackpot instead of communities specifically funding the Jackpot. And that's been our hesitation. And just like we could have just chosen to start off with only community specific raffles, but that problem would have been very big. Once the money dries up, people stop participating. And that's one reason why we've chosen to go the global raffle route. The other thing that we've been considering down the road is having the ability for founders to upload assets to the global raffle as well, because as new communities adopt Jackpot, there will be a lot of reach for people to like, let's say that their assets are uploaded in the global raffle. People will be searching that stuff up, checking it out, seeing what they might win. So there's a lot of reach that you can gain that way. So that's another thing that we're considering.
All right, let me jump. Oh, there it is. I was sad NFT Cutie left, but I see he came back. Let's go to Landa. Let's hear it from you a little bit, mate. And why don't you talk to us a little bit about the structure and the people involved in your project, and in general, how many people, the team, and how are you planning to grow?
Absolutely. It's a great question. So right now, the three co-founders are me, Crypto Brecky, and also Crypto Cowboy. He's actually he's in here on the Jackpot account right now. And so the three of us are the founders. We are the ones working full time. We also have a technical team that is working full time as well. We have our Discord specialist, basically who worked on the creation of the bot, all like the database structures, and then we have a team working on our website right now, which we hope to be finished very soon. We're really excited to get that rolled out because we've been working on that for a few months now. And then we're likely to hire somebody to work on like social media, kind of just working on kind of like helping with the
That's gonna be tough.
Yeah, we're likely to find somebody who's kind of been with us from the beginning, so somebody who is super passionate about the project, and so we're thinking of basically getting somebody who's interested in Jackpot, help with kind of our marketing calendar, come up with some content. Obviously, because anybody who's run a project before knows that takes a ton of time, and so if we can kind of like ease that burden a little bit from the founders, we'll have a lot more time to kind of focus on growth and just like larger marketing tactics. So that's kind of where we're at now in terms of the team. Yeah, that's
Jack,
basically.
Are you guys funded?
So yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. It's all funded out of pocket right now. I had actually launched two prior businesses, well, three kind of. Some of them with Kyle, our other co-founder, actually. And so the money from other businesses is what has funded Jackpot so far, and that's why we've been able to fund the Jackpots out of pocket.
I love it.
The other thing I wanted to point out that Jack left out, a lot of our marketing has been like grassroots, and that's really why we prioritized all those phone calls and those conversations we had over the last 6 months.
I don't think there's more value to go bigger at the time being.
I'm sorry?
I don't think there is any value to go any bigger with any marketing budget right now. I think it is kind of pointless. Like, you would pay a lot to get very little attention.
Yeah, we want to stray away from like the influencer marketing route. And instead, like, I know like our social following is pretty low right now, but with Alpha, we're giving away some serious money. And it's a little bit like pretty deliberate. Like, we want to reward the people who have found us early, and they're going to have less competition during Alpha. So they're way more likely to.
But
to
also,
get
you are trying to appeal to that more degenerate audience with your tactics. Yeah.
Definitely, because it's a risk a little bit. You could contribute some time and then not end up winning, but if you do win, you'll win a lot.
Exactly, and this is what I like. I also really like the fact that you guys are funding it out of pocket, same as Red Lion keeps going. So I can definitely relate to that. Let me invite NFT Cutie on the stage. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Gene, everyone. It's good. So I like this engage to earn model, and I think it will help NFT community to engage more into projects, and I think it's kind of community building in itself. And I'm trying to do similar, not similar, but yeah, something, some similar stuff into the space, and yeah, and I like we just discussed about funding, and also even I thought how I will be getting the funding, and also I thought I would liquidate my NFTs and go from my pocket only at first, and because I had some meetings last week with the development companies, and I think engaged one it's a great model, and I like how it's integrated with Discord and Discord giveaways and raffles, because we have been doing these things, raffles and all, since OG days, and I know Red Lion from Pizza Hut, and so we had a lot of raffles during our weekend calls, and so I think it's a great model, and it will work for sure.
I appreciate that. I'm glad to hear you're also building in this area, because there's definitely room for more than one project in the engaged sharing space. So I like that a lot.
Yeah. So I'm not trying to build anything with the raffle stuff. I might consider it, but I'm trying to build something which will give utility for social media PFPs, and trying to leverage social media for NFTs, and get the NFT owners pay through via the NFT projects.
That's awesome. It's really cool.
Yeah, and I'm a marketing guy and yeah, consultant, and I try to build the community. Not the influencer marketing way, but the
You were on our stream yesterday, weren't you?
yeah, I was. We
It was great fun. Thank you for joining the stream, and thank you for joining the spaces, man. Very nice to hear you.
yeah. So if you're looking, see, I'm a part of almost 200 plus NFT OG NFT projects, and I can help you build community for your brand. And if you're looking for a guy, I am the one for the marketing stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely happy to chat after the space. So I just followed you, but I'll send you a DM. We can hop on a call or something.
Awesome.
Great.
Back to you.
Thank you, NFT Cutie. Appreciate you, man. All right, guys, let's get back into it. My next question is about your PFPs. So I want if you can Lan. Do I call you Lan? Right?
You can call me anything. You can call me Jack too. I'm
Jack.
not I'm not anonymous, so I still go by
All
that.
right. If you can share with us your genuine undead story. Hey, Amina, nice to see you. Welcome.
It actually, I'm happy. I'm happy you asked. It actually like aligns really well with kind of what we've taught, what Andrew mentioned earlier. But like you said, we went on this really long journey of just talking to as many leaders in the space as possible. This is when we met you, and we met tons of other just people building in the space. And one of the communities we spoke to, I believe it was two different members of Genuine Undead. And when we spoke to them, I was completely moved by what they described, how Genuine Undead grew, how it was a free mint, and basically the founder, the artist, did this just as kind of a passion project, and it ended up completely blowing up. He had no plans for the community at all. It was basically just he wanted to release this awesome art, and so many people in the space rallied around the art and decided that they wanted to really take the reins on the project, grow it, basically add more to the roadmap. And I was blown away, and I kind of decided that I just one day was like, you know what, this is a community I really want to be a part of. Everybody in the community seemed, everyone that at least I interacted with was so passionate about GU, and it was one of the I really hadn't had an experience like that with any other project, and so that's when I kind of just dove right in. This was probably I want to say maybe it was January or so, and it's been awesome to be a part of the community since. The not founder but the leaders now, Dr. Boom, they've done an unbelievable job. So if you're not familiar with it, I definitely recommend checking it out. And kind of there's a bunch of different like articles on Medium and different things that kind of explain the story, and it really is awesome. So that's kind of why I dove in.
I love it, man. I love GU in general. It's a great project, and yeah, they do have a lot of passion around what they're creating, and yeah, the stories around them are amazing too. So yeah, very happy to see it. You connected with that, and you keep rocking your GU. What about you, Crypto? Crypto Breaky, what are you wearing?
Yes, this is a DeGod, obviously. So I was rocking a Doodles PFP for like a year and some change. That was like one of my first like big NFT purchases. I got that when the floor price was like 1 ETH, and then rode that all the way up and then all the way down, and then just started to get a little dissatisfied with the community a little bit, and especially the leaders. So around the time, so this is probably like probably 2 months ago. It's when I sold the Doodle. And then just rotated into Solana. I wanted to get more involved in that space. I'd always looked up to Frank in terms of the way that he was able to capture attention and just keep innovating. So I wanted to be aligned with that project. And obviously, there's a lot of really awesome builders on Solana. And so I wanted to just have a way of getting in contact with them and feeling a part of that. And so now we're back on ETH, but I love rocking this one.
Okay. All right. But your project is mostly oriented towards the ETH users, right? Not Solana.
So it's actually cross chains. So we give our rewards out in USDC right now. So there's a slight bias towards ETH because you need to have an ETH wallet in order to capture the rewards. But we do integrate into projects across ETH and Solana. So you just need a Discord and a Twitter really to use Jackpot. So we're definitely like a lot of the, I'd say probably half of the founders that we've talked to have been on Solana.
Mm-hmm. What are some, you mentioned that a lot of founders talk about the problems like keeping the community engaged, keeping the community happy. But like, what are some insights that we might not think about that you came up from all the chats with the projects you chat? And if you can like mention a few big projects that you chat with.
I'll jump in here, Andrew, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
That's also a great question. And so that is really kind of what came out of the number one thing that came out of all these conversations is we really did learn the pain points and what people are currently doing to remedy some of those pains, and then what we believe is a solution. And I think the most interesting thing that we came out with was the reputational benefits that Jackpot seeks to offer. So what we realized was that the most obvious, like we mentioned before, the most obvious solution is money. Like that is what everybody like recognizes, like raffles, things like that. Anything with monetary value is like a way to get people engaged, but those rewards are fleeting. If the money
This
dries
is
up,
unsustainable, though.
exactly. That's a point. It's unsustainable, and so with money alone, it doesn't work. People will leave once the money dries up, and it's just again, yeah, it's fleeting. So, what we recognize as arguably even more powerful is reputational benefits and recognition. So, the best example of this is basically like shout outs from founders when they recognize their community members for the work that they provided, their participation in the community, and then rewarding them with Discord roles. Those two things are extremely powerful for a few reasons. One is retention. If a member is recognized by the founders and that personal relationship starts to kind of build and they've built that foundation, they're much more likely to hold on to the NFT and stay on the project, especially over their other NFTs where they haven't built that connection with the founders. It's also a great way to kind of gain some, I guess, authority in the space and among your peers when a founder of a project shouts you out, or people recognize that you're one of like the lead contributors in a project. People look to you as kind of this experienced like Web3 individual who knows what they're talking about and clearly has been around. So those benefits are they're definitely more sustainable. They're arguably more effective than the alternative, than money. So that's the most interesting one that we realized was that this kind of reputational benefit was massive. And so that's why we've kind of built the leaderboard. This like on our website, we have a few different leaderboards. We have intra community leaderboards and inter community leaderboards, obviously to show the most active contributors within one community, but also a leaderboard that shows the most active members across all the projects that have integrated the Jackpot bot. So
I
so
don't
this is,
see any reason for to have like a leaderboard across all projects. Why?
so there's a few benefits.
Mhm.
One is because the raffle is across all projects, so this will show everybody like the highest. The person at the top of the leaderboard has the highest chance of winning the raffle, and so it's a very clear way of obviously showing that. But um, on the topic of authority, it kind of gives that person, if the similar vibe to like NFT Inspect, it kind of gives that person this reputation, this recognition for accruing the most tickets, being the most active in their community, and adding value. Other projects can actually look at the top of the leaderboard and see, okay, these are the most desirable members in the NFT space. These are the most active. These are the people contributing. And so if somebody wanted to give like an allow list spot or something like that, that's where you would go, because you see all these different people across communities who are the most active and adding the most value to their community.
Of the communities that are in
Yes,
Jackpot.
exactly.
Okay, yes. All right, yeah, for this I understand. Yeah, makes sense. But these two you mentioned before, money and social exclusivity. Are there any other insights that we might not know about?
I think the biggest one that I'm sure people recognize, but isn't as I don't think it's been like I don't think people have solved this or really like worked on this enough, is just personal connection. So like yes, we interact with discords with one another. Um, we kind of know each other from our PFPs, but this doesn't give like the personal connection that really makes a community strong. And so I think, and I've learned this from a lot of the people that we spoke to, when you can build a personal connection with other members of the community, that goes a long way. So, yes, you may see my PFP, recognize it, and want to kind of interact with me, and you feel connected. But once you kind of like know my name and know my voice, and have really kind of built a bigger rapport than just kind of seeing each other in the Discord, that goes a really long way. So I think the communities that can help build that personal connection, obviously, in-person events does this too, but the communities that can really facilitate a personal connection, those are the ones that are going to stay for longer, and those are the ones that are going to be more successful and more desirable for people outside the community to join, because I think that is what people are really looking for when they want to be a part of a community, is a personal connection. So I think that too is arguably the most powerful kind of connective tissue within a community.
Okay, are you adding mechanisms to Jackpot to strengthen, as you said, social exclusivity and personal connections? Because with Jackpot, you are firstly reinforcing the monetary incentive, right?
Yeah, so we're firstly reinforcing the two incentives that we mentioned, the monetary and the reputation based incentive, but the personal connection aspect is something like we're working on, and that's like our really like that'll define our success in the years to come, because nobody has been able to crack the code on that. And so our goal is to keep getting closer and closer to that. The way that we are doing it from the beginning is our questing feature. So if you really want to earn the most tickets, you need to be participating in quests, and because that's where like you gain like tickets in bulk. So like messaging in the chat, you get diminishing returns on that, so we can kind of mitigate bots and gaming the system. And so ultimately, sending messages that can only get you so far, but participating in quests is what really will put you over the edge. And a lot of the quests, obviously, the quest founders, community managers, they can all create the quest that they desire. But the default quests that we've created, they're very much centered around personal connection. So things like you earn, I'm not sure the exact number, but a few thousand tickets if you hop on a 15-minute call with another community member. And so all you have to do is submit proof, and then the Jackbot team actually.
I'm not sure. I like that. Maybe some different kind of gamification. Nobody's going to be jumping on calls just to get tickets. I don't think that's what they like to do. They like to participate, and through their participation to get rewarded from it. And once they get the recognition, then there is the network effect. But like making chores and tasks, I don't think
Well, of course,
that's the right way to go.
of course, they're not required by any means. And so, I mean, that's definitely
But like gamifying the whole like engagement experience and having leaderboards and like creating common quests and like trivia and goals and stuff, and the more someone has participated, the more has other benefits. And this is measurable easy. I like this idea.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly what we're doing. There's just like for example, like the hopping on a call, for example, maybe 90% of people aren't going to do that. But if somebody, like, I know personally, I've in a few discords that I'm in, I'll just message and say, "Hey, anybody want to hop on a quick call?" Just because I like to meet people in the space and hear everybody. It comes from a different place, a different background, has a different perspective, and so yes, maybe 90% of people aren't. That doesn't interest them, but for the few that do, and maybe some people haven't even like really considered it, and so that's why like having a quest like that could work. But yeah, I mean, it's again, that is a lot of the quest. It's all an experiment. Like, we're gonna see which ones people really participate in, which ones people.
Yeah, of course. You need feedback, what works and what not.
Exactly.
Hey, let's welcome Amina on the stage. How are you, my dear?
Hello, doing really well. I love the discussion. I love the that somebody's thinking about how do you get the community like really personally connecting, and I think decreasing that like activation energy by providing like an incentive, like the points or the money payment, I think just gets things started, and it makes it like less difficult to sustain that. So I think like figuring out ways to like decrease that activation energy of um like getting people connecting is a challenge. And I do think like when people are financially incentivized, that kind of it's a little bit easier to get people started doing that. So I commend you guys. Also Duke, very cool.
Thank you.
Is it the famous university? Sorry, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, well done, guys. MIT kind of stuff, or
It's
Not quite.
yeah, not quite MIT, but if you're a college basketball fan, you're definitely very familiar. And so,
which players came from there? I will know the players.
Tatum, Jason Tatum.
All right, yes, for sure.
Liar, you don't know.
No, Jason Tatum, he plays for Boston.
That's right. And Zion Williamson, he was actually in our class. He's a great guy, like super nice dude.
I own his rookie card. I have
Do
5
you?
of his rookie cards. Yeah.
That's a good investment right there.
What
Probably.
you say, Amina? I don't know. What you say? I don't know basketball. What you say? I I got into NFTs with basketball, almost, kind of.
Oh my gosh, that's ridiculous. Yeah, no, I'm very proud to hear that you are a well-rounded individual over there.
But which team you support?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I'm in Boston, so I would say the Celtics.
Mm-hmm.
Me too. I'm a big Celtic fan.
And
Woo!
you're also Celtics, and you, Breaky?
Gotta say the Knicks, even though
Okay. That's great. That's great. This in 1 week I will be there. So it would be great
Yes!
if I get to meet all of you.
Oh my gosh, yes. Are you guys
Uh,
to NFT NYC also?
yeah, I'll
We're
be in
actually
during that time.
I'm in Florida right now, so I won't be there. But Andrew, you will.
Yeah, I'm almost positive.
Okay. Well, I think you can get on the VIP list still, right, Red Lion?
Exactly. I will send you guys VIP invites. Actually, we made them all VIP, but don't tell anybody.
Oh my gosh. Well, that makes us feel very special, huh?
No, it was a joke. Not all of them are VIP. I will send you the real VIP ones. All right, let me NFT Cutie maybe has something more to say. I don't know if he has to come back on stage. I don't know if anybody else wants to come join the conversation, guys. Just raise your hands and we'll pass the mic. What's up, NFT Cutie? You had anything more?
Yeah, I mean, the meeting we had, it's a nice platform, and it's great. NFTs talking and acting in you, and it's a great. Like I like the what it's called. It's another metaverse, and it's similar to this only, and I like their stuff.
Mm-hmm. All right. Cool, man. You're breaking up a bit, so I'm going to put you down from the speakers.
I am breaking.
Yeah, I cannot make out what you're saying very well.
Okay. The student.
I mean, he could try again. Oh, it's all good. It's all good.
I think he stepped down. I didn't put him down. I was going to. He's going to ask again. But yeah, also last time he was breaking up a bit. I had trouble to listen. So yeah, very very excited for New York. I don't know who's gonna be there. I will spend this evening sending out invitations. You both of you guys said you are from New York, but only Breaky gonna be there.
Yeah, I'm originally from New York. I'm in Florida now. I think, yeah, unfortunately, I think I'm gonna miss it.
Oh, why, man? That's really close. That's like a 4-hour flight. Bam bam.
It is
get
really
there.
close. It's even less.
Mhm.
I don't know. Maybe I'll change my plans.
I think you should. I think
I
we can
probably
peer
should.
pressure you.
I probably should.
You know, Red Lion might even take you on his live stream and do a striptease for you.
No. We have a great live stream, but we only do amateur comedy. So we try to be funny, and we hope to be funny one day. But yeah, well, I want to say, before we close, hey, Cutie, can you hear us now?
Yeah. Am I audible?
Oh yeah, now it's much better.
So I was saying, Faceless was a nice tool, and we had a great laughter. And I think it's a good tool for community calls, and it's good.
Oh, Faceless. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't
Yeah.
it?
So I was saying, see
Uh,
NFTs
mhm.
talking, and Crypto Novo does this stuff a lot into IRL events, and
Yeah, well, I love it because it's also a Japanese platform. You know, the founder and the team is Japanese. It's from Japan, and they are really really nice and everything. Like this is their alpha product, beta I don't know, and it's like super polished, man. It's like on release stage. It's really amazing. I made a comment yesterday about the chats needing to be recorded on screen as well, and I think they will implement it very soon. But overall, I think it's a great experience. We aren't getting any random viewers on Twitch, anyways, so fuck it. Let's become the number one show on Faceless, right?
okay. So after
Rather than the last show on Twitch. But yeah, man, thank you, thank you. It's a great platform, Faceless. All right. Before we close, I don't know, Jack or Breaky, if you have any final comments.
I would just say if there's anyone here, like I'm already planning on reaching out to Amina, but anyone here and NFT Cutie, you as well. Anyone who's building in the space or thinking about these similar questions, happy to jump on a phone call and chat more. We're always looking to do that. So, and then
You should
the last.
definitely chat with Amina because that's her expertise.
Yep, that's right. I already gave her a follow. I saw her bio. And then the last thing is we're planning on launching alpha on or around May 10th. And so we would love to have any of you guys involved in that. It's free to join. We're giving away over $5,000 of rewards during that time. So we'll be sharing more information and an official announcement of the launch date soon. So yeah, stay tuned for that.
Amazing. Did you say Red Lion owners get double tickets for Alpha?
We could do.
Fantastic. Yeah, give us a shout when you're ready to drop it. I mean, you know, we don't have a ton of people, humble, but we have some enthusiastic fans that maybe are interested. So definitely share it with us and we will try to jump in. I wish I had time to be jumping in and testing alpha and beta as I was, but yeah, not anymore. I will check it out though.
Thanks a lot for this was awesome. It was great meeting you all, and I'm really glad we could. I know last week we had some trouble, but I'm glad we were able to reschedule.
Yeah, man, and I will try to meet you guys. If you are in New York, definitely join our event. But if not, we will meet somewhere. But definitely try to join. It will be really cool. And come back to the podcast around the time you're launching. Let's chat again. See where the project is, how you guys are doing, where you are in life then, and yeah, let's chat again.
Definitely. Thanks a lot for having us. This was awesome.
Fantastic. Well,
I have a question to make. So I want to know what is the how does the platform makes money, and I want to ask the Jackpot team if the user will be able to buy raffle tickets.
mhm.
If
I
he
think they can reply that in DMs because I'm ready to close. We have a meeting starting very, very soon. So yeah, they will definitely get you on that on DMs, right?
Yep. Yeah, right now.
Yep. Shoot us a
Fantastic.
DM. Thanks for the question.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you all for joining. We have another Spaces coming up right after our meeting at 2 p.m. EST, I think it is. It's 9 p.m. for me. We are chatting. It's a punk stock. We are chatting with Tony Herrera, a patron of the Gazette and a real punk. So yeah, tune in for that. The link is coming very, very soon. The Gazette is selling very fast, 50 mint 0.01, and an amazing art drop by Redin. So definitely check it out. Sorry, Reader One. I misread that one. Yeah, thanks everyone for listening. Take good care. Bless and love. Bye bye.
Thank you. See ya.